tomorrow what I'm gonna do is have two large glasses. I'm gonna have desire on one glass, right, and decisions on the other glass. And so for whatever reason, people put way more emphasis on desires, but they don't fill up the decisions that drive the desires, right? So here's what I'm starting to realize. I'm starting to realize that most humans want you to be more active in their desires than they're willing to be active in their desires.
Podcast over.
You ready? All right.
The jump that you made, one, getting rebaptized, hitting that water again, you know, but then not only that, your ability to deal with conflict, your willingness to, while it's still, I would say, probably not your favorite thing to do, your ability to face things head on and not be running from it, I mean, is a huge change in people. Like, to make a change between 43 and 53 is somebody who's willing to deal with adversity and deal with conflict, whereas 33, 34, I'm talking about, you know, so again.
It's crazy, too, when I look back. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you see yourself like an out-of-body experience.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking about, like, I told y'all, when I say he used to be ghost, I'm talking about the minute the tension got even ratcheted up. I'm talking about, let's say it's at a 2. If the tension went from a 2 to a 3, he was like, I'm out. And you know Carl wasn't trying to deal with it.
Nowhere near.
So I would just be looking around like that Will Smith meme when he walked in the crib for the last time. But, okay, so let's just talk about it. Because, again, in order to grow, right, like comfort is the enemy to, you know, getting to that next level. You have to be uncomfortable and get uncomfortable and then make the change to say, this is who I am now. So give us the 3 things you need to do in order to, as an adult, like, I'm going to make a change. I used to operate in my feelings. Now I'm operating principles. I used to be, you know, this type of husband. Now I want to be this type of husband. Like, think about it. Dudes you know that's married. Bro, they got the same exact marriage that they had since you known them. I mean, the same one. So how do you change? Like, it's the hardest thing to do, but, you know, in order to get to the next level, you have to do it. And, you know, I guess for me, I would say, and hold it, and I know I asked you, but I want to throw mine in. The one thing, obviously, with me, I would say the intensity and the anger and expectations I used to have for people, which I think I passed on to Toby. And then I be seeing Toby do it, and I'm like, dang, is that how I look? You know what I'm saying? You know, just like, you know, trying to grow in leadership and accountability and everything. But for me, I think I had to see myself outside of myself and go, okay, here's what I was doing, y'all. I would be pissed, and going off made me feel good. It didn't fix the situation, though. So if I was pissed at Carl, I might jam down on Carl and be like, XYZ, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but I wasn't necessarily doing it to fix it. I was doing it to vent.
Just vent.
And I was like, oh, okay, like, I see that, one, nobody responding to that style anyway. So that's why I told you I had to mature my pilot and go, okay, cool. If the end result is, just like we talked about with the HOA, if the end result is your home value being higher, which is, I think you'll take that over having a pink door, right? Even if you prefer a pink door, if the ends justify the means, cool. But if they don't, you got to back up. And I would say, I start learning that, oh, okay, it's more than one way to skin a cat, bruh. You don't have to go beast mode every single time there's an issue because you in your feelings or you pissed about it. And so for me, acknowledging that the way I was doing it wasn't working. And at the end of the day, being a pilot, I just wanted to work. Like, my job is to land the plane safely. It's not to land the plane and have my way. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that helped me was the acknowledgement of, oh, okay, see, like, you're doing a lot of good things, but when it comes to this particular area, it's not like you go off and everybody like, ooh, okay, now we executing at the highest level. It wasn't working like that. So I think the acknowledgement of, oh, it's not working would have been my first thing, is like, you got to acknowledge that what you're doing ain't working no way. You know what I mean?
I said, let me get mine in before E wax deep. My simple one is, there's another way to think about that. however you looking at it, there's another way to think about it. So for me, dude, living the GC ground screw thing for so long, it's like, bro, I only saw the world one way my entire life. And I never knew it until the assessment. I always thought that was the way, and it makes sense.
What way is that?
It's I can trust everybody because that's how I grew up. Everybody has my best interest, like real innocent. Like that's how I grew up. I grew up in a 2-parent home with a family in a safe environment. We shared, like my mom to this day will still cook 2 extra things and take it to the neighbor. Like that's how I grew
door
up.
unlocked.
Door unlocked, like literally, like where I go, like Tamisha be like, yo, you locked the car door. We could be in New York City. I was like, shoot, my bad. Like I'm not wired that way. I'm wired to be trusting. I'm wired to be so. The way I see the world is everybody is looking out for everybody else's good. Everybody's trying to help me.
Carl
like I'm
had to
trying
get
to
more
help.
gangster, had to get less.
Like everybody's looking out for me like I'm looking out for them. And it's just like, okay, there is also another way that you can look at every single situation you face. And chances are, well, the assessment tells us only 30% of the world actually see it the way I see it. So 70% of the other perspectives that I miss out on when I only see it my way. So now, even when I hear somebody, it doesn't matter what you are, pilot, flight attendant, whatever, my first response is there another way we could process this?
Right.
Is there another lens through which we could look at this? Because you do have a perspective and you are correct, but there's also other truth in this. So that's been mine. Like, yo, don't think that your way is the absolute way because clearly you haven't been like totally fulfilled doing it your way. You know what I'm saying? So that will be mine.
Yeah.
I'd say, I think, just to help people walk through it who have not changed and you know who you are, and I want you to really think that through, who you are.
Do you know who you are though?
Yeah. So
we about to let them rent a kid, so they're gonna tell.
No. So I would say, if you don't know who you are, you know if you're not winning the way you envision it, right? So the first thing you have to do is,
man, can we just moment of silence for that?
Yeah.
Cause y'all, like, it's the craziest thing. You see a dude and it's like your marriage is trash, and you still wake up and do the exact same. Like, yo, that's a sickness. Like, bruh, if it's not working, if it's not working, and you know it's not working.
Yeah, but here's the deal, though. I don't think it's what you said. You said the goal was not to whatever it was. The goal was to get, get it off your chest.
Yep.
That was your goal.
Oh, 100%.
Get it off your chest.
Bruh, listen to what I'm telling y'all. When something would happen like that, and I would be pissed, it would start at the tip of my toenail.
Yeah. And rise.
And rise.
Rise.
To where I'm like,
I rise up.
In my head, I was like, yo, you could probably, like the day, bruh. And I do it 1,000 times. Bruh.
Oh.
Carl, it would feel like I could feel my ears tingling.
Yeah.
That's how bad I needed to get
it out.
Oh, bro.
It has to come out.
Oh, my goodness, bro. And after I would do it, I would be like, But I was like, yo, where is that coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I had to acknowledge that, okay, cool. Yes, your directness can be a blessing in some cases, but if it means that your directness is going to cause E to not talk to you for a week, there may be a better approach to it. Okay, cool. So figure a way around where you have contrasting styles where you can still communicate. Oh, I mean, Didi always had a great relationship. Me and D used to get into it all the time. But the good thing I love about remember we used to get into it about Jalen all the time back in the day. I'd be like, leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? We'd be like, we had a couple back and forths. But with me and D, it was always like, oh, we respect that type of energy. And so I didn't think she was mad at me. She didn't think I was mad at her. It's just like, I'm direct. Okay, cool. I don't think this is right. You don't think that's right? Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. It's over. Yeah. But I realized that, okay, everybody don't operate like that. Like I said, if I do that to Carl, he's just going to sit there and go, yeah. Carl would never fight me on it. Even if he don't agree with me, my personality is so strong and I'm not going to if I didn't give Carl a chance to like say, what do you think about it? I could just run him over with my opinion. He's just going to be like, yeah, you're right. And walk home and be like, Tamisha, CJ's an ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that, just be real. Like he's not finna say like, oh, okay, I guess he's right on everything. He's going to be like, I get what he's saying, but he not looking at it correctly. But I wasn't giving anybody a chance to say that to me. Because my personality is so like big, and I try to tell Toby the same way, like, bro, you have to leave room for discussion or feedback. There was a situation in the business not that long ago where I was like, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think the person that you're talking about genuinely wants the same thing that you want? And they were like, yeah, I do. I said, so maybe there's a method to their madness, like you're explaining yours to me.
Yeah.
But because you're so wrapped up in who you are and your way being right, and guess what? I said, call the person, have the conversation, be upfront, because this person can handle feedback. And I said, then call me back. And I'll show you. Let me show you real quick, just so you know I'm not playing.
Gaslighting. Is that the right term?
Mm-hmm.
I've been hearing people say all the time. 2 terms, I never know what they meant. Gaslighting and imposter syndrome.
Don't say the name.
I would never.
But don't say the names, but just omit the name. He said, at the bottom. Call with blank.
Oh, call with blank went great. He agreed with everything and understood and said he would be getting solutions to everything.
And I'm saying, he agreed. It was a different method to the madness of how to be done. But he was like, so everything you thought was a big deal, he was like, oh, I actually agree. But we have to have this conversation. And that's something else I really want to talk about too. And we can get to it maybe on another pod, is like how people say stuff and how you interpret it. Because again, I think that you said it with you and D for a long time. That was a major roadblock for you, because you like, oh, okay, D, you might be right, but you're talking to me crazy. And to her, again, shortest distance, a straight line.
No question.
And me and D understand that like nobody's business. Because I learned, and I don't know why, maybe I shouldn't talk about that right now. Let's stay on what we're on. No, I was just saying, I just learned that with humans, if I leave the door crack like this,
wiggle room.
If I say, hey, in this company, you can't go work for no outside entities, it's frowned upon, or, just come talk to us first. If it feels like a good idea, we'll approve. You know what's going to happen when you leave that? Everybody and their mama going to run right up under that crack. But if I say, if I catch you doing this, you fired, it's a zero tolerance policy. And if I catch you, you're done. Shut the window. So I understand that. Now, that way of saying it is tough on a conference call. People on the phone, like, all of a sudden, I done lost a little bit of the joy. Jesus, others, yourself. Not don't nobody want to rock with my joy.
Shout out Coach Drew.
Shout out Coach Drew. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to. You see what I'm saying?
No
so that's not fun.
Yeah.
But I noticed, and this is the 2 things that I wrestle with as a pilot. When I try the kindler, gentler approach, it seemed like everybody like, When I go hellfire and brimstone, it seemed
crackle pop.
I see people, I see movement. It's like your kids, right?
Yeah.
Candace in there. Hey, y'all need to go clean the room. Hey, y'all need to go clean the. Here come dad voice. Hey, gone, right? So we're trained to
respond to that.
To respond to, again. Now, guess what? Who would you prefer be your supervisor? Probably mom.
Yeah.
Because mom going to let you, like even with her and Avery, trying to get up and go in the shower. Mom, I just got on my iPad and I had, we're going to shower now because, can I have 10 more minutes? It's like, it's a very, when I say, hey, we done.
Go now.
Showers. It's not that I ain't never whooped I whooped Trey. I never whooped Avery a day of my life. I ain't whooped Trey in forever. It's not, I ain't physically did nothing. But the manner in which I approach it is different. And so my results are different. So in my mind, aggressive and straight to the point is better, because guess what? They going to end up with the same result. They're going to get in the shower. But Candace's way, you just wasted 10 minutes and your energy, and now you're a little irritated with it.
Yeah.
Where I just said it
but
is
what
over.
people are afraid of what you just said, this is why I said, like, for real, you have to know what the goal is. Like, I think that's the biggest challenge. I think people are so married to their way of doing it. And this is it's 2 things that, for real, that really just, it's just like, and I'm going to say this in church. The reason why I'm bothered, like, is because I care. Like, I'm not, like, people kill me with he was mad at.
So that's why I'm unbothered.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
No, that's why I care.
I don't know. The reason you have that kind of energy is because it's something that you care about. That makes sense.
Yeah, I care about it. So it's like, you like, oh,
yeah,
you
I
pissed.
don't care about their feelings though. That's my problem.
Yeah, no,
I care about the situation.
No, and I don't know that
I don't
you
care
should.
how you hear.
Yeah,
I don't care how you process.
And I don't think you should. If you're focused on
a bigger
That's
goal.
why we make a great combo though.
Yeah.
Because you care, you do care.
Yeah, but I'm saying I care to the extent now it's like, okay, look, you told me that this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
We can't get there like this.
Yeah.
And I can't not say nothing to you. Like, we need to do one or two things. Either lower your standards, period. Like, don't want nothing else. Just don't want nothing else. And you don't got to change.
Oh, I promise you. Oh, I promise. If you listen, we need to preface every podcast by saying if your life is where you want it to be and you don't feel like you need no changes and you're perfectly happy and everybody is, you probably don't even need to listen.
Even if you're not perfectly happy, stop wanting stuff and just start to learn to be grateful for what you have. Like, I'm being real, not playing. Like, don't do that. Like, don't go, like I live, the neighborhood I live in, I got a football player, I got an NBA player. I went to my boy Jason Verrett's crib, and bro, the pool is sick. I never walked out like, I want that pool. Nah, it's dope as all get out. But a part of it is like, the base of it, I believe, is black marble. Like that's some work. I seen one at the, what you call it, model home. And you could see after a time, and the model home hadn't been there 20 years, but you could see that it takes maintenance. I'm not the person to do maintenance. So I was like, yo, that's dope.
I don't want the responsibility.
And I'm glad you got it. And I want to come over here and look at that joker and bring some company sometime and be like, Jason, I'm going to bring a couple of my boys. I want them to come check it out so they can see what they could do. But in my own personal
The bottom of the pool is black?
The whole base of it is black. And it's like more of a stand-up, like not down. Does that make sense? You know how our pool might be, it's flat right here and you jump in it? No, it's like built up, if you will. So it's like the marble is like up here and you get in it from up top. Like you don't jump into it down.
It's a pool though?
Climb into it, yeah.
Is it big as yours?
I don't remember, but it's big. I'm sure it's big. I wasn't paying. I was in the crib. I never really, I went to go see it, but I didn't whatever. But then he got a, what do you call it? He's got a sit, like a porch area. So it's like up there and then the pool. You feel what I'm saying? So dope, bruh. Dope. From the living room, you can see it, dope. But for me, it's like, no. So I'm just trying to say, I think one of the challenges in America is that not only do you know there's opportunity, you see people who've taken advantage of opportunity. And then you go, I want that. And I'm saying ain't nothing wrong with that. But you can't say you want that and you don't want change. Because now that's how you go schizophrenic because you doing two different things and it's killing you.
That's where the frustration comes.
Yeah, that's where the frustration is coming from. Oh. So it's like you just need to lower your expectations.
Oh yeah, I promise you, I got somebody in my life, let me tell you something. And he'd be like, look, I am happy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on nobody plane for 10 hours.
No question.
I don't want to go to Egypt. Yeah. I don't want to go to London. I'm good. I'm talking about
right here.
Right where and let me tell you something. Happy. And guess who I don't never try to, you need to be doing more. I never.
Phenomenal life.
Phenomenal.
Because that's what, you know what I'm saying? So then there are those of us who do see stuff and we are, because I was having this conversation with Didi and she's like, well, I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Like, just tell me what you mean.
Yeah.
What part you don't agree with? She was like, no, I don't agree with, you saying you don't want more. She's like, no, I don't agree with that. She was like, because you're the type of person that sees what you don't have and it gives you a fire. So she was like, you saw you need to get a 4-year degree. You saw you need to get a master's degree. You saw the importance of a PhD. You didn't have that, but you went after it. But she was like, so that's different though. There's some people when they see what they don't have, it overwhelms them.
Right.
When you see what you don't have that you know God wants you to get, it drives you.
Yeah.
So I'm saying for those of you, you're not driven by it. You're just exposed to it. Like, don't do that. So Didi just helped me. If it don't drive you, don't want that.
Right.
So whatever it is you see that you don't have, if it drives you, go, I want that. And then you got to change. Like you automatically, anytime you want anything you don't have, you have to do something to get that because if you were the person that could have it, you would already have it. Right. You'd have it already. You don't have it. And so you want it. So you have to become something different. So when I say, yo, I want to make $200,000 a pop, 250, that's a different type of speaker than the $10,000 speaker. Like, that's a different speaker. Like, ain't nobody paying you to motivate and make cats want to run through a wall. They're not paying for that. They're paying for you to teach them the strategies, or their team the strategies that they don't currently have, or to shift their team's mindset in a way that wasn't shifted so they can go back to work and do something different.
Yeah.
That's what they want from me. So they like, if I'm going to give you 200, 250, then you're going to have to help me make
about $2 million.
Easy or more.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Probably more than that.
Yeah.
Probably 20 mil.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so I have to demonstrate that when I walk up out of this joker, these people are going to operate in a way they've never operated before. So that means that the extroverted Eric has to take a back seat to the more extroverted, introverted Eric. You feel me? So I wanted to say this because I got off track, and we could like really break it down later. But the two things I wanted to say is, number one, you have to start learning from people, because most of us cannot learn from ourselves. I don't know why, but I literally, Carl, like I hear people talk about people, and I don't even mean this in a negative. I just mean people pointing out people's flaws flawlessly.
Oh, yeah.
I see people pull out people flawless.
That's a gift that all humans have.
Bruh, it's crazy. Like, how you see that and say that to that person?
What's the opposite of self-assess? You can others
The inability.
No, I mean when you can assess others real well.
Oh,
Because you got to assess.
right. You got to assess. You just don't have self-assess.
Right. So what is it called when you assess somebody else?
Them assess. Yeah.
The right.
No. Bruh, I promise y'all, my energy, I know sometimes, because I hear people talk about it, and it's taken the wrong way. Listen to me very closely. All my energy is going toward you and the health of you and your family and where you want to be in life. Please hear what I'm saying. I'm saying this for you. This has nothing to do with me, because I don't do it. Meaning, I know how to call your stuff out, but I promise you, I'm calling my stuff out first and making the adjustment on it.
Right.
Because me saying what I'm saying to Carl is not going to benefit me the same way as what I say about myself. Like, if I tell you what to do and you do
no
it,
benefit to you
I
at
tell
all.
my wife all the time, like, D, you real good at telling me what I need to do. I'm not mad at you. I just don't see you doing that for you. Like, I don't see the same energy that you put toward me. I don't see that same energy that you put toward, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying it's good. Like, you are literally helping me to, but it seems like in some instances you giving yourself a pass.
Aren't you supposed to be helping her though?
I don't think so. Well, let me say this. It's not received.
helping you.
It's not received the way she doing it for me. It's not received the same way. You feel me?
You sure? Have you tried?
I've tried.
Are you sure?
Hey,
What approach did you?
hey. Matter of fact, even today I said, very sincerely, I said,
hey, D.
very sincerely, I said, listen to me.
Yeah.
I said, the challenge is not my preference or your preference, because you don't do everything I want you to do. I don't do everything you want me to do. The challenge is I don't hold nobody accountable the way you hold people accountable when they do what they not. When you do something, when I do something you don't think I should be doing, the way you hold me accountable, I don't hold nobody accountable like that.
I'm saying, how you know she's not open to being held accountable and you just don't do it?
That's a whole nother. You get her right here.
Patreon. Y'all gotta be a Patreon.
You gotta get her right here. So that's
for sure.
Yeah, so that's the first one. Is like, you gotta, for those of you who want to change, all you have to do, you don't have to like, what's the word I want to say? You don't have to be wired. You're already wired to be critical. You're already wired to peep out flaws. You're already wired to do it. What you need to do is take that same energy and apply it to yourself. And you should definitely know, like, you should do a test. How many times do I criticize others versus how many times I criticize myself? How many times do I try to correct others? How many times do I correct myself? Now, I'm hoping that if you average, it's 50-50.
Maintaining a healthy diet can be a challenge, especially with our busy lives. But if you want to feel and perform at your best, what you put into your body matters, and that's why I turned to Organifi. Organifi offers a variety of products that make it easy to get the nutrients that you need. Their green juice is my go-to for the morning detox, packed with superfoods like moringa and chlorella. The red juice, guys, the afternoon energy boost with ingredients like beets, berries that are rich in antioxidants. And when it's time to wind down, you gotta grab the gold juice with turmeric and reishi mushroom, and it helps you to relax and get a good night's sleep. And my absolute favorite, guys, is the Organifi protein powder. I use it every single day as soon as I'm done with my workout. It's a clean plant-based source of protein that does not upset my stomach like some of the other brands that I've tried. Plus, all of Organifi's products are sustainably sourced, USDA organic, gluten-free, and dairy-free, so I know I'm putting only the best into my body. Beyond these staples, Organifi offers an array of products tailored for various needs. Their pure formula enhances mental clarity and gut health, while immunity provides a robust defense with ingredients like orange, ginger, and turmeric. They even have product lines designed for your children, ensuring that the entire family, your whole family, can enjoy optimal health. Make your health a priority with Organifi. Visit Organifi.com/success and use the promo code SUCCESS to save 20% on your order. That's Organifi, Organifi.com/success. And again, use that promo code to save 20% off your order. Do you ever feel like your money just disappears into a black hole of subscriptions and expenses? You're not alone. Many of us sign up for services and forget about them, leading to a mountain of unnecessary charges. Rocket Money is here to help. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels unwanted subscriptions, monitors spending, and it helps you to lower your bills to grow your savings. It provides full control over subscriptions and a clear view of your expenses. If you see something that you don't want, you can cancel it with just a few taps. The app's dashboard shows monthly spending compared to the previous month, and it helps to track spending habits and create a custom budget. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you by up to 20%. Just submit a picture of your bill and they can take care of the rest, dealing with customer service for you. With over 5 million users, Rocket Money has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. So do yourself a favor and stop wasting money on things that you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/S2S. Again, that's rocketmoney.com/S2S. rocketmoney.com/S2S.
If you're phenomenal, it's going to be way more you.
Do it. I told you, man. You could sit in that bathroom for an hour. Bruh. What is it? No. Listen, I'm going to say it again.
No, I'm with you.
Okay, let me say this. Let's say you go into a stall or anywhere, or you at somebody's crib and somebody just finished working out. You're not going in that bathroom.
No.
You can't stand it for one. And you off to the other bathroom. You see what I'm saying? But when you in there, you on IG.
Chilling.
I'm talking about you marinate your clothes and everything. And it ain't bothering you. I'm saying. So no.
It's real talk.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's possible.
It is.
Because
it's possible.
Bro, I'm just
possible.
saying. Bro,
and you know how I know it's possible?
It ain't bad. Even if you smell it.
No. You know how I know?
Tolerable.
Yeah, but you know how I know?
Because you ain't going, I promise you. But let me go out. Right. Let Carl be back there right now. Yeah. Hammering it.
Yeah.
And let me go in. Let him walk out and me go, I got to piss real quick. And I pop that door. I hold it.
I know it's possible, though, to some extent, because you do it with your loved one. So.
What?
You do it with your loved one.
What? Stay in it?
That there's a time where maybe in the very beginning, you never enter a space.
No. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Correct. I'm not saying that you won't do it. It still ain't the same as
okay,
it's yours.
But I'm saying this, though.
But it's yours.
I'm saying it's not even tolerable at first. But then you are able to, depending on who it is, your children. I did it with my kids.
Yeah, for the kids, for sure.
I did it with the kids, bro. So I'm saying it's possible.
And that's true, too. Think about you change your own kid diaper. You change another baby diaper, you might be like, oh.
It's possible. So I'm saying you have to understand, because you asked me, E,
deep.
How did you change, E?
I'm saying, you understand that, though.
You do.
I'm saying you can sit in there for an hour, bro.
Yeah, but when you said
for somebody else stuff,
maybe it's slower release so you get accustomed to it. I'm trying to find something.
No, it's not.
I'm just telling you.
But
you in there with this.
But you asked me how I changed. And the way I changed was I started smelling my own stuff when I was in there, not ignoring it.
Wow.
Not ignoring it. So I smell my own stuff like, E, this behavior is not good.
It's crazy, and y'all might be like, this is disgusting. As crazy as it is, that's the key, is how do you smell your own? I mean, you heard the expression, yo, don't stink.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an expression for a reason.
It is. But I'm saying you have to go intentional and deliberate because bro, let me tell you something. It's an art, bro. When I hear people criticize people, it's an art. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, okay, I'll say this about our community. Because, Carl, when you talked about this whole concept of how you grew up, like save trust, whatever, I want to say that for a large extent, I feel like in our community, when you hear it, it is sincere, and it's, if you make these adjustments, this was gonna happen. You feel me? So it's like, I told Boog, I said, Boog, do me a huge favor. You have to take every part of your clothing design, and you're not looking for anybody's approval. So you're not looking for somebody to say, because he sent me the video he did, right? And I said to his mom, because his mom is I'm being real, Didi has the gift of critique. She has the gift of critique. The average human is not going to be able to stomach her. But if you can stomach her critique, you're going to be number one in the world. I try to explain to people, bro, like, bro, you look at anybody that's doing this before we start doing it and kids start doing it. Before we introduce to the world motivation as you know it, when you looked at that group of people that was doing it, bruh, and you look at their science and how they did what they did, nobody did it the way we did it. A lot of that had to do with, from the speaking standpoint and from me constantly growing standpoint, is Didi's ability to be truthful, like to really know what you are doing wrong and where you need to make the adjustment. It's a gift she got. She just could look at it. But I told Jalen, I said, oh, no, you're getting it confused. Didi cannot critique your creativity. She can only critique your process. She does not have the ability to critique. Bruh, when Jalen showed me the video, I was like, yo, I don't care, bruh, I don't care how you edit it, what people tell you about the editing. Bro, when I saw it, I was like, God, please bless his soul. Because when he blow up, like, this is some Kanye stuff. Like, the way his brain thinks, the way he does stuff. I was like, Jay, you can't ask nobody else nothing. Why? You're 5 years ahead of, like, you're doing the kind of stuff that people are going to catch up with later. So even when Jalen, I told his mother, because she like, oh, you might just be favoring him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I said, Didi, I'm going to say this to you. The film that Jalen used, nobody was using that film. I said, Didi, when I watched the Super Bowl last year, they used that very thing he used. They use it in the Super Bowl, bro. I said, Didi, the reason why you don't like it is because you're used to what they're doing now.
Yeah, you don't see it, that's all.
Whatever they doing, 480, whatever they doing, this, whatever, like, that's what you're accustomed to seeing. Yeah. Jalen is using film in a way that
it's grunge. It's grunge. But Didi would also never understand these kids walking around with dirty Air Force Ones.
Yeah, right.
That's in now. Candace bought a pair of shoes. I don't know what they call. You saw them shoes she had on with the little star on the back.
Oh yeah.
Bro, they come dirty.
They come dirty. Yeah.
No.
And Carl, they cost hundreds of dollars.
Oh no, they high.
Yeah, they high.
But she liked them. She got a pair. Like, bro, we first saw them way back in the day in Paris. They had them on. Carl, they come. She wore them in Egypt, doggone it. Like, out at the pyramids, everything. Like, but it just blended in like in the sand, because the dirtier they get, the better they are.
Makes sense.
So guess what? If you would have told us, who grew up in the Air Force One, where it's like you get one scuff on them, you can never wear them again.
Yeah,
we looking at it like that's whack.
But somebody saw them scuffed.
So that's why I say all the time. That's why I was trying to tell Boog, I don't have any feedback on your design.
Yeah.
First of all, it's not for me. Second of all, the lack of feedback and your confidence in it is what takes it to another level. I don't know that people love the Yeezys.
Yeah.
Right.
He did.
Yeah.
And he was confident enough to be like, this is it. Yeah. And everybody else was like, this is it. So it's in the lack of conformity.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there is critique. Like there you have to critique. And Didi's great at it. You feel me? But I'm telling y'all, those of you who are great at critique, the reason why I say this to you is I always tell my wife this: you're blessed because you're critiquing me, and you're getting return on your investment. But you're not blessing you with your critique in the way you bless.
Yeah, but I guess here's what I'm gonna say for those of y'all who's struggling with you over letting people critique, right? So he takes a lot of feedback from me. One of the feedbacks that he didn't take from me, because I get a lot of credit for stuff, is I didn't necessarily love what up, thank God it's Monday. Yeah. But because he felt it in his soul so much, it worked. And I had to eat crow on that. I had to be like, okay, cool. Because I didn't account for the fact that he felt it in his soul so much so that it became contagious to everybody else. Now, if he would have been like, yo, what up? It's your boy E.T. Thank God it's Monday. Oh, they ain't feeling that. Shoot, Steve, what you think? Oh, you ain't feeling that? Okay, cool. Let me switch up. Yeah. He would have stopped doing it. But because he felt it in his soul, we at the airport and people like, yo, what up? What up? Yeah. Bro, we had a whole gang of people doing it.
I'm telling people never met us. He just like, hey, y'all rock with me real quick. Boom, boom, boom. And whole crowd. Times Square.
But that's what I'm saying. So, yes, you want to accept feedback and critique.
On processing, though.
On process, not the product.
Not the product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because for me,
Carl,
the only reason I did it, Carl, not even that I wanted to do it, like I ain't think it sound dope, but one of the things that we had a challenge with, because we were starting to, it was still not natural for me, like, to do, like, bro, it was hard, bro. Like,
talking to a camera.
Bro, talking to a camera. And then we would be in places where people would be
around and stuff,
and it would just be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I actually did it as a startup. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was my thing
get
to be like, yeah, get me in gear. So it's like, what up, what up, what up? And if I do the same thing over and over, like, it was like, all right, E, this the one thing that's constant out of everything you doing.
Hey,
what up? But I was just gonna say that first one is, you know, you have to come outside of yourself and go, okay, I do know how to critique people. I do know how to be judgmental. I do know how to point out other people's flaws. I know how to do it. So now you just need to flip that thing on you and do it to you. Because like I said, I told Didi, like, Didi, I'm not trying to be funny, but you have not used this beautiful gift you have on yourself. Like, if you look at what you're doing in your life, like, you use it to do this, but you didn't take it to the full out extent. You know what I'm saying? As Lauren would say. But I took it and was like, oh, okay, cool. And I took it to the number one word. Like, you literally helped me to see, like, even today, like, Didi will be like, she listens to me so much and she watches other people so much that she may not critique them, but she'll go, just the word she came up was like, that's not world class. When we came back from Dubai, that's not world class. That's not world class. So now I'm able to say to people, see directly, yo, bruh, you sitting here telling me you want to make more money, but when you touch something, it's not world class. So nobody pays that amount of money for something that's not world class. So you need to be world class. Here's the other one. So the first one is study people, you know, whatever. The second one is, and we already said it. And bruh, we don't have time to do this one. We over an hour. Here's my other rub with humans. I'm preaching it tomorrow, so we're gonna catch up. Here's my other rub.
Like I ain't heard it.
No, here go my other rub. My other rub is your desire, and just y'all may not have seen it, you may have, but tomorrow what I'm gonna do is have two large glasses. I'm gonna have desire on one glass, right, and decisions on the other glass. And so for whatever reason, people put way more emphasis on desires, but they don't fill up the decisions that drive the desires, right? So here's what I'm starting to realize. I'm starting to realize that most humans want you to be more active in their desires than they're willing to be active in their desires.
Podcast over.
Bruh. And I don't know that, like, I don't know that people know, like, I don't even know that people know that they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that you know that you're doing this. You don't, because you probably wouldn't be doing it. But you really put, like, a lot of emphasis in your desires, and then you take your desires and you give them to the next human and go, I'm giving up all my decisions. It's your responsibility to now fill up my desires. So now you didn't put all the emphasis on, and what I'm starting to see, bruh, and I do not say this to be disrespectful. I know my staff is listening. I listen to me, I love y'all. I do not say this to be disrespectful, because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, he's blasting us on. I'm not. I want you to see something. See, when they said we need to start doing challenges, when I stood up for myself and said, I'm going to stop compromising and make y'all happy because I have to be I have to drive this. But what I'm doing is giving up my decisions for y'all. So I know research shows me that it takes 30 days for the average human to change. 30 days. The greats could do it in 21. So I said, I don't care what they're doing. 3-day challenge, 7-day challenge. I'm a shepherd. I really care about people.
30.
We doing 30 days. And people was pissed because it's like, bruh, we got to go 30 straight days, like getting up at this time, intense this way. But what I knew was for all them desires y'all got, I have to make a 30-day decision, because if we make a 30-day decision and people are with us for 30 straight days, I'm not going to have to sell you nothing. You're going to see without a shadow of a doubt.
Because you already changed.
You changed. Like, what? So, if you told me to do this for 30 days and this happened in my marriage, what do you have next? I'm saying y'all don't get it. You selling when you're doing 3 days because you're not even giving the person a product. Yeah. I got to sell you something. Wow. I don't got to sell you in 30 days. In 30 days, you know if you want it or not. And all we got to do on the 31st day is say,
would you like fries with that?
Do you want fries with that? And what kind of drink do you want? Yeah. You feel me? And do you want a dessert? Why? Because in 30 days, you know this is not a gimmick. What he just gave me for 30. Now, you might not be able to afford it, but in your brain, you about to go, what does it take? I have a Rolls Royce just sitting in the garage for the most part. Why? Because I made up in my mind, Didi, you gonna get on the podcast with C and you gonna say this, you ain't never had her, so you gonna get one of the best vehicles you could get. That's what you're gonna get. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm starting to realize people fill up their desires and then they give them to you and say, help me make my desires become a reality. And I know people personally right now, the majority of people who I have to say, I can't do that, they pissed. Why? Because I've helped you with your desires for so long and you didn't have to do nothing to really do it. Now you got an attitude with me because you really thinking that it was supposed to be me that did it. So we turn back around. This time I said, you know what? I'm not going to fight with nobody. But 30 days turned into 21. And I said to myself, okay, cool. You could do it in 21. You know what I'm saying? You could do it in 21. You got to be dope, though, to change in 21 days. So we're not doing less than 21. I give you 21. See, I'm saying people don't get it, bro. You think I want to be up at 3? Bro, do you know I did those challenges in California?
Cali.
I did them in Cali, bro.
Yeah.
Which means I got to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning to get prepared for this.
Yep.
I had to be up early in the morning to do this. My mastermind and then that, right? That's early. I could have easily been like 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, because I was the one that had to do it.
Easier for you.
It was way easier for me.
Yeah.
So it's easier for you feel what I'm saying, to do certain things. Easy for me to do certain things, but I'm willing to do the hard. Why? Because if I know if I do 30, we have a better chance of filling our desires.
Yep.
And I'm saying the average human is not doing the desire boy. Like, okay, no, I'm sorry. The average human is doing the desire boy. You filling your cup up with desire. But the decisions it's going to take to do that, you're not willing to do those.
No.
Because, and I'm just saying, so do me a favor. Just stop filling the doggone desire cup up. Just stop doing it. Just enjoy whatever life you've been given. You over here is probably 90% better. I'm just being real. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. Unless you, like I heard a couple people say maybe Dubai or whatever. America's got to be top 7 or 8 places where you could be with opportunity. So if this is where you're going to be and they have them, just know that whatever you're doing, it's a lot better than a lot of other countries that you could so maybe it's 6 or 7 countries that's equal to or greater than whatever. But there's a lot of places that you're going to go, you are not going to have the opportunities that you have here. So it's like, whatever you're doing is probably sweeter than 90% of what somebody else in the other part of the world is doing. You just comparing what you're doing to other people in this country. So stop doing that. Stop comparing yourself to them and compare yourself to somebody in a third world country so you could just be like,
you don't even need to compare. To your point, you just need to make sure the desires match
your decisions and desires match.
So if you got $100,000 desire, Cool. You know what decisions you got to make. If you got $1 million, that's a whole nother set of decisions.
I remember you saying years ago that you did research and you realized that all wealthy people wake up early in the morning.
They wake up. Now you got some that
make a decision.
You got some that because of the nature of their business, they go to bed. They stay up late at night, but they still doing something you ain't doing. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Of course.
My point with that is like not even like I gotta go get an MBA.
No,
or I gotta go become the best entrepreneur. No. I have to make decisions today that position me in a place. I gotta go to the gym. Like we talked about movement. Me and C were talking earlier. I gotta move every day. I'm starting to take cold showers every day. Like doing different things. I just gotta make different decisions. Because at the end of the day, the ones I made got me here, and
they just need to align. They just need like a puzzle. They just need to align.
But but what I'm trying to say, don't miss this for those of you at home. You have to be actively doing something to fill that cup up. Yep. You can't be, bruh. When people call me and say what they say, like somebody said this about me, bruh. Like, you know how people be pubbing you up. You know, I ain't really into that. Like, that's not my thing. But I heard somebody say something the other day. I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna give you credit for that. Like, you need to say that from the mountaintop. They was like, I know a lot of people who are in your position. I'm not saying you perfect, but the one thing about you is like, you don't lord for, like, worship me. There's like, yo, you don't be into that, like, come take pictures of me, come be with me. When I walk in the room, I'm in the room. You need to know I'm in the room. There's like, yo, you could come into a room and you might be the dopest speaker in the room, but you don't consume the air in the room. Like you don't walk in the room and go, I'm here. Everybody know, look at me. Oh, they didn't give me my water. I didn't have my room set up. You know better than that. And I said, you know what's crazy about you saying that? It's also has a sickness to it. Because I don't do it, I actually do it for others. But then what happens is I start to become more active in your life than you are in your own life. Yeah. And you start now being pissed when I decide not to be as active or something happened where God is saying, and somebody had hit me up and was just like, you not whatever, you didn't, whatever. And I was just like, yo, that's crazy that you even think that I'm responsible or something that I'm doing is stopping something that nobody in the world could tell me. Bruh, nobody in the world could tell me, because I believe that all of us are gonna transition. Like, we're not gonna be on this earth. My goal would be to leave after, I should say before, like my children, y'all, maybe Didi and I have been like, maybe we go together, because what would life be like if we weren't together? Who knows? But I know, Carl, I just had a young lady, Jamie's, his wife and their best friend, daughter, like 25, just died in a head-on car crash accident. So I know that while I would never hope for this to ever happen, I know that there's a possibility that one of us could get sick, still be on this earth. One of our guys from Oakwood, working for, at work, Carl, falls off the ladder, hits his head, brain trauma, and we praying for him right now. We're asking God to do a miracle. And God is doing some stuff, but it's like, they not the same right now. At the job, Carl, we drive all the time. We fly. Bro, I was flying today like, yo, you 30. Bruh, my man, did you just hear what my man just said?
30,000.
My man said 30,000. We about to make our decision. He just said we up 30,000. Anything go wrong in this joke?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So I'm conscious of what Didi means to me, but she could be gone. I know people who lost their wives. Literally woke up and was like, hey, baby, come on. We got a field trip. We plan a vacation. Come on, sweetie, stop playing. You got to hurry up now. You chilling. We got to go. Come on, I said. So I understand that from a realistic standpoint, I could not put my trust in nobody else anyway, because they may not even be here. And so if they go, does everything just, my whole life
desire
just unravels?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now, let's not get it twisted. We're going to take a hit if the core should pass. We're going to take a hit. But we should still be able to function. And Moose was just saying like, hey, nobody should not be able to be fired. He's like, that's a sickness. Everybody should be fired. And everybody should be so good at what they do. They don't get fired not because they've been around forever, but they don't get fired because
they're the best.
They're the best version of whatever. Nobody can come in here and take their spot. You know, so I just want to say I'm preaching this. This probably gonna come out after the preaching, you know, but I want you to just look at your cup. Do you have more desires than you have decisions? And when you look at your decisions, leave your desires the blank alone. Put all your energy into your decisions. So for everybody trying to lose weight, oh, E, you running 12 miles. That's why you looking different. That don't have nothing to do with it. It's what I'm putting in my mouth. It doesn't matter what. I can run till I'm blue in the face. If I'm eating the wrong stuff, if I still had Cheeto Puffs in my diet today, there's no way I would still be looking the same way.
You can run to the moon.
Thicky Ricky, what
they call me. You know what I'm saying? It's what they call me. So I just want to say, if you're looking at it, running is last, diet is first, weights are second. In that order. If you walking, you will not walk the chunky off your butt. Yeah, I'm just trying to be.
It'd be nice if you could, though.
Because you know people out there, I walked 10,000 steps. And you ate 5,000.
10,000 calories.
And you ate 5. So I'm not suggesting that you stop eating the calories. I'm not. You the one talking about you wanted to lose weight. I never did this to lose weight. That's not what I was doing. I was trying to outrun, pre. No, for real. My boy was like,
he had pre everything.
I was
pre-hypertension.
That's crazy. Pre-diabetic.
Pre-blood pressure.
This was the one that got me, though.
Pre-chunky.
No.
Pre-obese.
I wasn't pre-chunky, now.
Pre-obese.
I was chunky. I wasn't pre-nothing. And feeling good about it. And you know why, y'all?
He was in the doctor like, you playing.
Yeah.
I feel amazing.
And you know why? Because my man had told me 2 years ago before COVID, Carl, my man told me, he was like, bro, let me just say this to you. Your stuff is phenomenal. I need you to do one thing for me. And I do not say this to be disrespectful to all those individuals who lost a loved one or they had some injuries based on what I'm going to say. But he told me, here's all you need to do. Stay off ladders. That's what he told me. He said, you 50. Stay off ladders and don't use the electric tools. He said, don't be using no chainsaw, whatever. If that's not what you do for a living. Right. He said, don't climb on your roof. He said, don't climb on your roof. He said,
ain't need
you want
none
lights.
of that information. I had that built in.
I told y'all what happened to me 2 years ago. I literally borrowed my neighbor's ladder. I was like, I'm about to put the light.
And light. Two things my man told me. Carl did both.
No, I ain't do it. I literally got the ladder and I pulled it up and I kept looking up. Then I got up like 3 rungs. I was like, oh, this is not worth it. Bro, I took the ladder right back down, took it back to him. I was like,
put the lights.
Never mind.
Put lights where you could hang them jokes or pay somebody. So I'm just saying, he told me don't do those things. I come back after COVID. COVID made an excuse. Bruh, we was living. Bruh, it was the first time we was all together and under one roof like this, bruh. We had never been, bruh. I should have put stock in Pillsbury Dough chocolate chip cookie. We never had this conversation. I've never had this conversation. But bruh, we was like, well, my man, little man. Little man, I started looking like little man.
The Michelin man.
I started looking like the little Pillsbury Dough boy. I started looking like my man.
Yeah.
Bruh. But Carl, let me say this to you. The reason why the enemy got me, because I was all in my family bag. To the point where it wasn't healthy. Yeah. I was overdoing it. Yeah. Bro, we catching, C put me on, E, Ozark. I'm like, let's go. C put me on, Harlem Night. I was just waiting on C to tell me,
what's next?
This the one. Bro, me and Didi was up. We would do it at night, like 9 o'clock. And 11:15, Didi like, give me one more. Give me one more rep. Give me one more rep. I'm like, Didi, this joker lasts for an hour. See, I'm going to bed at more gassing me up. It don't matter what time you go to bed. Meanwhile, Maul going to bed late, getting up early, hitting the weights.
Yep.
I'm not hitting them. And the one that got me the most was, my boy, Greg Arnault, he's into the sleep boy. That's his whole, the science and how important it is to let that, the oxygen is going, like when you're doing that snoring, you're not getting the oxygen, and that's how you get Alzheimer's and other mental, illnesses. And he was like, E, your neck, E, I'm gonna think you might need to go in. I was like, bro, I don't think I got it. I don't snore unless it's like, like I ate late or exhausted, you know what I'm saying? So I went in, you know, slept in, did the little boy, they put me in the, you know, whatever. And they was like, nah, you ain't got it, but, you know.
Free.
I should have changed my nickname to Free ET. You feel me? So
Free ET is crazy.
So that's why I started running, Carl. You know, getting the heart, you know, going, you know, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm saying, hey.
They say you don't have it.
Yeah.
But.
They 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away.
2 biscuits.
Yeah, don't bleep that out.
And we joking, E, but again, you talk about decisions. Those are decisions that would take you out of here in 6 months, and we would be like, yo, E was healthy. What happened?
You was on, all of his desire, he was desired out. But the decision, boy, so I'm just saying, take the decision cup, like really take it serious, and then don't keep giving your cups to other people. Now, it don't mean that y'all can't help each other, but you should never make another person fully responsible for your desires.
Hey, shout out to our Patreon crew, man. Y'all go check out the Patreon right now if you're not already. Patreon.com. S2S Podcast, man. Exclusive content. Hey, no commercials, commercial free, and you get it early. And y'all got to go check out my vlogs, man. My vlogs from Egypt. Carl, come on.
CJ turned into a full-blown editor,
I
y'all.
vlogged every single day. Y'all should go sign up just for that. I had Maul on there, knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Got him like 3-4 times sleep, snoring. But go check out the Patreon. And also, man, shout out to Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, keeping us powered up through this pod. Shout out to them as well. Go to Organifi.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS. And get 20% off your first order. I appreciate them rocking with us as always. And now, I think we go to our families, right?
Yes, sir.
Your kids here? No, just neither one. Oh yeah, y'all empty nesters for real.
He living his best life.
Yeah. All right. Well, we out of here. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback and how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.